Good morning from It's Fucking Freezing Farm. So what they don't warn you about when you're looking for your quaint little property that's cheaper in Nova Scotia to run on wood than it is to run on electric, because we don't have the heaters that are mounted up here. Can remember what they're called. We have the baseboards and they will cost you an arm, leg and probably another leg. So we have a furnace. So what nobody tells you is, because we won't use the baseboards because it is ridiculously expensive even to turn it on for a little bit, is getting up at silly o'clock in the morning to get the furnace going. Well, let me show you what I did this morning. Right, so I'm in the basement. Are you ready for this? This is the furnace room. Scary, doesn't it? Ooh, hatchet. This is where I like the water and pump for the thing is. We're on well water. So this is my trusty dusty furnace, which is going lovely now. So I have to get the wood from that little pile we brought in, get it going, which sometimes can be a lot harder than you think, and get this pumping on through. I am in our basement. I'll give you a whole house tour once I actually have it presentable. So coming back up into the kitchen, it's not usually this dark, it's just because I got the lights on. I'm just grabbing a coffee, and by the way, I don't drink coffee, so that's how baltically cold it is this morning. I used to drink tea, but I can't be bothered to wait for it to brew, so I'm going to grab my coffee and we're going to go and do the animals. Okay, so coffee is in hand. Nice, let's go do the animals. Are you coming, dog? Gunner? Wait for him. Woo! Right, I'm just going to go shut the gates, which my delightful husband leaves open every single morning. So let's go shut them up. Okay, so the gates are shut. Let's go do the animals. So for those of you, I don't know if I gave a bit of a tour, but that's my hay. We've got pallets because, pallets make everything. That's next year's wood pile, or start of it. That's this year's, and I've got more stored around the corner near the basement door, because we have a walk-in basement. This is where the goats and pigs are. I need to paint that door black. It's a lovely fall morning, and as you can see, we can see right across the valley. Pretty. And that's the moon that's still out. So we've got the chickens here. I'm picking some guineas up today, which should be fun. Great tick eaters, guineas. And this obviously is our winter paddock. We do have, just released the cluckins. Release the cluckins. Yeah. So we have a cockerel, which we never meant to keep a cockerel, but his name's Colin, and he is the sweetest little chicken. Let's get you out. Release the chickens. This is Colin coming out in a minute. Come on then. You're in the way, he's not that bright. He's telling you, move. She's saying, no, I was going to stand here and block his way. So Colin is a lovely boy. That's a very polite gentleman. Standing in line, waiting for her to move. That's Carl. We don't have names for all the chickens. That's Adam. Turned out it was a girl, not a boy, which is a good thing. And then that little one down there is called Holly. The rest of them, you'll have to ask my daughter what the names are. So let's get, it's a bit frosty this morning. We got our first frost yesterday. That was actually gone by now. So this one's a bit, obviously the weather dropped a little bit. Let's get these guys out. I need to get their feed ready as well. I've not done that. Whoops, that's backwards. And water. I need to top up the hay. You can hear them already. Weed 'em. Pigs. Let's move this because ones. Fatty piggies. And they're out. Not going to be happy because I'm not on the food yet. But such is life. I know. Complaints department. We don't have one. Sorry, guys. I know. I'm going to go get your food now. I usually have it out ready for them when they come out, so they're not happy bunnies. And these will trip me up. Blossom, you're not a boy. Let's not do that. So this is the bigger paddock, which if you watch TikTok you'd have seen. I do more updates on there now because it's just quicker and easier. So this will be purely the goats paddock once we've got a little barn like that built in over here. All this, so we own all the way up to, obviously you can see in that corner, it goes all the way to the edge, which is further along than what we can see. Let's have a little walk through. I've been shouted at by the pigs. There's Gunner. It's a bit special. Out you gone. That's not good for you. Okay, so this is our property line because we fenced it all in. This will be another big paddock, which we will have for, I think, probably the pigs. You can hear the blue jays in the corn, 'cause this is cow corn, so it's all dying off, which is how apparently they like it. And then down the bottom is where we're going to put our vegetable stuff. So anywho, let me go get those noisy things fed and I'll show you down there. So everyone's fed, which is good. Okay, so today's chores will be cleaning out the run. We've got it on sand, so we just need to scrape the top, shut that up so they don't go in, because they're all currently in that bush. And what did I mention before? That's it. This is the paddock. We've shown you the paddock. That will all be piggins once we've got rid of all the brush. In the woods, we actually own quite far back. Though we're going to completely surround it. We're going to fence the whole thing off, and that will be for the goats. There's lots of rocks and trees and things in there that they're safe to eat. We do have a stream that runs through. I'll show you that in a minute. We will be fencing that off so that obviously they can't get to the stream, although they don't like water, so they probably won't cross it anyway, but you never know. Lost goatees and all. Yeah, because I was in that field, the cornfield, chasing the pigs and the goats. Not yesterday, but the day before. So, temporary gates. Temporary gate. Starting to think that we should have put one in there between us and the other piece of land. That's the pig's pole when it's warmer. I was going to go that way, but Gunner's gone this way, so we'll follow him. That is the temporary shelter that we've just chucked up, so it'll keep like the sun off them, or if it rains they can go in there. But they're now banned from this, because what we need to do is put, like we have done on the other paddock, I'll pop a picture up here, is run wood all along the bottom, and then they can't push under it. So that is what we're waiting to do. Possibly would have been easier just to run a hot wire, but I can't be bothered with the upkeep of that. Although as is, we do have a wide system, so we're going to put up a temporary paddock for them today to get them out the little paddock and get them eating some of the longer stuff off. There you go. So down here, welcome to my future vegetable and fruit garden. We are putting a polytunnel on this, and then the rest of it will just be ideally raised beds, but let's face it, costs of wood these days. The only thing is we've got a lot of rock in this soil. It's quite soft because this was part of the cornfield, which was actually our property that was being dug up and planted. So the idea is we are meant to get 21 degrees next week, so I'm going to get the lawnmower on this, cut it all down. Then I'm going to chuck a load of, Nathan's got loads of cardboard, just cover it in cardboard and straw. I know it seems like a big job, but it means it'll kill off all this. I don't know what it is, what we've got down here. Go on, come on out. Thank you. Compost pile. Obviously we've got a burn bin. Pile that we I don't know how that ended up there because there's some stuff in there still good. So Nate needs to go through that and sort it out. Leftover fencing posts. Coming back round. As I said, all in there is ours. So it will be all fenced off from the corner of that fence, run it around the back of here. This side of these, I don't know whether they're just raspberries or what in there at this point. Because this property is rife with raspberries, but they don't fruit because too compactly together. So this is where I actually want to put a gate. I don't know if you can see back there, you can just see into where all the rocks are and stuff. So ideally we're going to cut through this and put the gate in here so it's an easier access in. Here's some of my apple trees. This long piece of land we can do nothing with is the septic field. So I have actually sown a load of clover over that to bring in some bees. I'm going to chuck some wildflowers on there as well. What's the time? What are you? Oh, it was a toadstool. Anywho, we've got loads to do in this property because underneath a lot of this is trash. So obviously we need to clean that up before chucking goats in there. So this, you'd think this would be a better way in. It's not. Do you know why? Because this is as it were. And I don't really want, I want to keep the animal side separate to the people side. So we are planning on putting in right here in this flat spot. So we're going to put some stones down, we're going to build a fire pit here, get some chairs out, cut these trees back a bit. We have got quite a lot to do with the trees actually in this property. There's one that's dead right here, so that needs to come down. There, we'll need to take this wire down actually now that winter's coming through, because this, I think, tree's possibly on the verge of going. This birch here, which is a nice bit of hardwood, so she'll be giving. It's really leaning, you can't see it from there. So this is all the people side. For Freya's party we had like a marquee set up here with all the food and everything in. We had the kids on the zip wire. We did tractor trailer rides, feed the animals. Gunner! No digging. It's like, what, me, mother? Gunner. Just noticed something. So, this is the brook. It's quite cute. It runs all the way down the side of our, well, partially through the side of our property. As you can see, that's our boundary marker over there. And then it goes outwards from there. So this actually pretty much dries up in the summer, and then when we get a downpouring, it's like a gushing river. So we need to fence it off so the goats couldn't walk back through it. But yeah, that's one morning. Stunning views. Let me see if I can show you the Christmas tree farm. So guys, we arrived here in July. This place was like overgrown. You couldn't get down to the very bottom. There's so much that needed doing and still needs doing. Okay, so over the top of the chicken coop, all that greenery is the Christmas tree farm, which is just around the corner from us, which is quite cutesy. We've got to finish the fence off because we've not finished painting that. Needs another coat, need to do some of the posts. Want to electrify the gates because it's an arse getting in and out and shutting them, opening them up. We had a Jenny panel put on the property, which basically means all we have to do is plug the generator in here, and then generator will be outside. Use this panel and we basically move. If we lose power, we just switch all the switches to generator and it will run. We've got quite a big panel and a big generator, so it will run a lot of the house that we need, like even like like I work from home, so we run like the internet, the electric, TV, freezer, the whole garage, because we have the freezer in the garage and usually we have a brooder with chicks and stuff in there. It'll run the oven on its own, the fridge in the house. It'll also run the fan for the wood stove, which means obviously we still keep heat, because sometimes Nova Scotia is known for like you're losing power for like a week or two if it's been a big storm. Anywho, that is my catch up. I don't know why I'm still facing this way, but they are my water wells. Dug well, drilled well, so we have two. And then as I said, we have the zip wire just next to the swing. The swing needs to be moved from that tree to that tree. It's not dead, I know it looks, but it's not. Anyway, thanks for joining me and have a great morning.